Hi, everyone. I'm reaching out because many of you have reached out to me to see how I'm doing and to hear a few, words from me about what's going on with this COVID-19. Basically, it's bringing us all together in many respects, and it's helping us to understand how to help heal the planet and ourselves. So one of the things that I've noticed in terms of our psyche, our ego, our spirit, I've noticed a lot of people being really anxious. I've even noticed people talking to me about feeling depressed. One of the things that I've been suggesting is, all of the different apps that are out there, like Insight timer meditation apps. You can go to buddhanet.net. There are tons of apps there that will help, or meditations that will help. I really, really believe that I'm seeing, people coming together in love, and I'm seeing also that underlying anxiety and a little bit of a depression. And I think the way that we need to support one another is through our social media contacts, through, audio visual, Zoom, Messenger, WhatsApp, all of the different applications that are out there to help us. I think that way we can stay connected. And we can still get our loves and virtual hugs if necessary. That hopefully will ease, the stress, the anxiety, and even some of the minor depressions that I'm seeing come forward. I think there are many, many reasons why we're stressed and anxious. I think we do need to look inside of ourselves and ask ourselves important questions. What's happening? What am I afraid of? Am I in the future? Am I in the past? We can only really be in the present moment to be alive. And I know many of you have heard me say that a lot. I think people are fearful of their finances, of their health. I think they're fearful for people they love and care about. So I think it's necessary for us to stay as connected as possible to those we love in a very safe way by staying in and using the social media platforms that are out there. I know most of what I've said so far has been speaking to people who, are either my students or people who are in my family and who understand, how to come at the world from different levels of consciousness. I know that there are also people in your life who probably aren't at the same level of consciousness as you are. There are certainly people in the world who aren't at the same levels of consciousness. And so I think what would be important is for us to approach everything with loving kindness, compassion. If people are triggering you, set boundaries, keep them away from you. Of course, and I mean, even on social media, keep whatever is disturbing you or triggering you at bay. Set your boundaries and stay safe and sane. I say the universe does nothing to us, only for us. And as of yet, I'm not clear what this is doing for us, other than really encouraging us to stay in and down and stay home and stay sane. But on the other side of this, I know something beautiful is going to, show up. As I've been thinking about the COVID-19 and how it's affecting global consciousness, what is it here to teach us? If the universe does nothing to us, only for us, then something good is going to come from this. And what is it? I think we need to ask ourselves, what are we resisting and what are we learning? Certainly as someone of my type, I resist being controlled, being told what to do. It feels, really scary when people try to control me. So what I'm learning is, what? No one's controlling me. I'm making my own decisions. What's going on around the globe? I've seen places like Venice and other like beaches and waterways all over the world looking like they're cleaning up. So one of the things that's happening is that we're getting from this is that, the globe is becoming healthier. The universe is becoming healthier. I think we as people are coming more together. It's like the law of one. We are one here. And we're beginning to see it, and we're beginning to see how it impacts all of us. This morning I saw on the news or in my news feed that Prince Charles has tested positive. So this COVID-19 impacts everyone. It doesn't matter how rich, how wealthy, how famous. It doesn't matter. We're all in this together, and we need to come together, and bring a sense of, healthy wholeness to the consciousness that we're in, right, that we're finding ourselves in right in this moment. So when we're talking about global consciousness, I know that we all realize from spiral dynamics, or those of you who have had my teachings realize from the spiral dynamics, that there are multiple levels of consciousness in play right now all over the globe. We have people from beige to turquoise right in this moment, dealing with things that they've never dealt with before. Many, many people have never seen this kind of virus, and never had to deal with what we're dealing with now. So I think we need to really be aware that there are different ways that people deal with things because of the different values and the different beliefs that we have and that we hold. And I think we have to respect all of them that are out there, even though some of them seem dangerous. But like I said, when people are acting in dangerous ways, I really believe it's important that we put strong boundaries. I don't care if that's a large corporation or me with my neighbor or anyone around me or around you. You have to stay inside and inside of yourself and stay in and down so that you can approach this from a place not of fear, but a place of love. The more compassion we bring to this, I don't care which mimetic level we're dealing with, love and compassion are necessary. So when we look at something like spiral dynamics, or what I prefer to call levels of consciousness, when we look at the different levels of consciousness, will this coronavirus bring us to will it propel us to a different level? Well, it's really possible that it can. It can move, purple to red to blue, and so forth and so on. Because we're dealing with a problem. And whenever there's a problem, we know that that problem has to be solved from the next level of consciousness, right? And so it can't be solved, a problem can't be solved from the level that's created the problem. So we're definitely going to see shifts in consciousness. There's no doubt about it. And I think it's really important to remember that not only do we shift up or vertically, we can shift, obliquely or horizontally. We can also go back down. So in periods of great traumatic, distress, we can go from like blue to red. So we have to remember that we are going up and down the spiral or up and down the levels of consciousness during this time. People have asked over, the course of the last few weeks, is this a shock point? And definitely it's a shock point. We're being pushed, we're being invited, we're being pulled, all of these different words to describe what's happening to us. So from an Enneagram perspective, this is definitely a process Enneagram, and we're being given an opportunity, we're given a shock so that we can create a new octave, so that we can create new energy as it flows through us and through the universal consciousness. I hope these few words have been helpful. For me, it's just nice, even though I have a lot of anxiety sometimes reaching out like this, it's good for me to do this because it's been requested. Also, I'm going to start to do some live sessions on Zoom. A couple of my friends are really great spiritual teachers, and we've talked about getting together on Zoom, on a Zoom platform, to answer questions, to provide guidance as if necessary, and to just listen to people all over the globe. So if you're interested in being a part of that, let me know. Just send me information through my email, through WhatsApp, through Facebook Messenger, however you want to reach out to me. All right, I'm sending love, 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 and lots of big virtual hugs to everybody out there. Be safe, be well, stay in and down.